Good afternoon, it's Jeff Pawali, Battalion Chief with Mentor Fire Department. I'd like to show you how to submit a trade of time form and a trade of Kelly Day form. This is for full-time members only. Part-time members aren't required to fill out trade forms, but we are for tracking purposes. So across your heading, you're going to go to Forms. You'll select Trade of Time, Kelly Day form. All right, so this form here is pretty simple to figure out. You'll just fill out the pertinent information. Myself of B shift, I'm scheduled to work on this date, and then I'm going to say, let's see here, where are you? One of two people I can trade with. Chris Tillman of C shift will be replacing him or her from 0700 to 0700, and then I'd submit it. Okay. Now that it's submitted, BC Tillman probably got a message saying, hey, Pawali put in for a trade. So now he would log in to Fire Manager. He'd get that message. He'd be like, that's weird. What's he want? So he can either go to Reports for Kelly Day. Oh, it's not in there either. Is that not in there? Well, I can add that in there, but he can open up the form for Trade of Time Kelly Day, and then it'll show these right here. So today is the 22nd. He'll accept that. He'll log in. He'll see, oh, Pawali wants to do a trade on this date, 0707. I already talked to him, so I'm going to go ahead and modify the submission, and I'll accept it. Once it's accepted, he'll submit it again, and then they'll do the paperwork as they normally would do with through here of requesting time trades and things like that. Right there, that was the message telling me that he accepted the form and it's ready to go. So now that I got that message and the schedule portion of it is submitted through here. 28th, I would also do the submit time off. I would do a trade of time. Wait, excuse me, did I do that wrong? I did. Request trade. 07 to 0700 on that date, and I would submit to Chris Tillman right there, and then I'd send the trade request. He'd also get messaged that way. But this is different. The actual submission of the trade is different from the form. The form is just for tracking to get rid of the paper forms we use now. So then a battalion chief would get the message that there was a trade request sent. Then we'd come here to the forms again, trade of time, trade of Kelly Day. I would go to this, and then I would modify the submission. I'd see that this guy wants this time, this guy accepted it, and then I would just select, if you're the battalion chief or acting battalion chief, you just put your information in here, 286, and then once you click it's processed and approved, and submit, Annette would get a message saying, hey, here it is. But as it stands right now, she still wants a paper copy. So once you get to this point, it's approved. You'd come over here, printer friendly option, and you'd print this form. Boom. And you'd send it down in the mail. All right, so meanwhile, we're actually not going to utilize this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. But another thing I wanted to show you in this forms section, I also put in this Kelly Day schedule for this year. This is also going to be for next year. I'll add another one too, but this shows all the FLSA periods for part-time and then for full-time. Two distinct reasons that we utilize part-time and full-time FLSA periods is if a part-time member works 96 in a pay period and 96 in the next pay period and wants to add another 12-hour shift, which he's been cleared to do through admin, what you need to do is check, if you're the battalion chief or acting battalion chief, check a summary report, which I'll show you in a second, to see whether or not they're under the 212 FLSA law. And these are the list of where the pay periods are at. The full-time list the full-time list here of FLSA periods is utilized for Kelly Day trades. So if you want to do a Kelly Day trade with somebody, you have to make sure that it's within the same FLSA period. There's no reason to ever submit a form off of here. It's just for information, and it's always going to be there. So if you're off duty and you're away from a computer, or you're not at work or whatever, and you want to trade a Kelly Day, you can take a look and see which period that it's jiving in the right one. Okay, so as I mentioned before, if you're ever in the acting battalion chief or battalion chief slot and you want to check to see if somebody's able to work a particular extra field or extra shift, I have these things, these summary reports that are built, and you can find them in here for the autosave filters. This is how I set mine up. So scheduled hours, list of schedules is all of them. The scheduled hour positions is all of them, except for event staff. That's just used for extra stuff. And then the member filters. Work group is a member of part-time second wave or part-time first wave. Those are the two waves in which they sign up for time. So let's just say you don't see the member's name that you're looking for. Say you're looking for Cumberledge and you don't see it on this list. More than likely it's going to be in the other one, or you can turn them both on. But you just click apply, and here he is. So you could check across these pay periods, right? So you know that this particular pay period is going to coincide with the next pay period. So this pay period and the next pay period make up one FLSA period. So if the sign-up request for extra time is within this FLSA period, you just look here and it'll say 96 hours. Go back to get the corresponding pay period that makes up the FLSA period. So 96 plus 72 plus an extra 12-hour shift is well below 212 hours. Even if it was 96 on this one and 96 on the next one, he could still pull an extra 12 hours and he wouldn't violate the FLSA law. So basically, that's it. That's how you fill out the trade a time, trade a Kelly Day form, and also that's what the purpose of this Kelly Day schedule form is for. Check the FLSA periods and check for Kelly Day trade information to make sure you're within the same Kelly Day cycle. All right, thank you for watching and have a good day.